Nearly 4,000 attacks against Asian Americans have happened now in the past year. Verbal attacks and physical attacks. And we're seeing it in real time. It's rising each day. Janelle Wang joins us now. Janelle, really just a big difference for you and I, the communities that we are part of, speaking up now. Also, not just Asian Americans, but others are joining this movement as well.
Yeah, we're talking about celebrities, athletes, political figures. So many people are speaking out, including New York Times bestselling author Kelly Yang. I spoke to her. She's been very outspoken about this movement, and she gave me her thoughts on why she thinks these attacks are happening.
Well, I think our country has a long history of scapegoating particularly immigrants, people of color. I mean, it goes way back. Asian Americans were the first group to be excluded. I mean, in writing, there was a Chinese Exclusion Act and so on and so forth. And anytime there's any kind of a problem, there's scapegoating, and people in power just sort of do it almost as a default card. It's like this is a card that they can play. And certainly our previous president played that card all the time. You have to be talking about this issue. It really matters. I mean, our lives are at stake. Our elders' lives are at stake. And that is, by the way, just so low, so tragic to be going after our elderly. But I think that speaking out about it, having everybody, talk about it, reach out to your Asian American friends, support us, show up for us, amplify our voices. Take this seriously, take this seriously. It is very serious. It's a matter of life and death for us.
Life and death, that's what she says. And she thinks the first thing we need to do as a society is acknowledge the problem and then take action. All over the country, it's getting bad, of course, here in the Bay Area. And we saw action today, a congressional hearing addressing the violence featuring prominent Asian American lawmakers and actors, including Daniel Day Kim. Tomorrow, President Biden and Vice President Harris will be traveling to Atlanta to meet with Asian American leaders. So we're seeing a lot more attention to this problem and a lot more action from grassroots efforts to community organizations to the President of the United States. And also a lot of support, like you said, Raj, from the community. When I posted about one of the victims yesterday in our conversation, the outpouring of support flooded my inbox. I got flooded with messages supporting this movement and speaking out against these attacks. Raj?
Same on my end as well. Thank you, Janelle.